If you like Hades and you haven't heard of Sworn, this is a game you definitely need to check out. So it's an online co-op action roguelike that can also be played solo as well. You're going to explore and reclaim a fallen Camelot from the reign of a corrupted King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. You can customize your character and find your style with 4 different characters and dozens of weapons and abilities to choose from. You can combine that loadout with Fey blessings to test thousands of unique builds. And there's a demo up on Steam right now until June 17th. I would also like to thank Team 17 for sponsoring this YouTube video for Sworn. Now, the game gives you a quick tutorial before letting you loose to explore and complete runs on your own. And these runs function just like Hades and other roguelikes before it. You're going to proceed as far as you can with a single life, slaying enemies, completing events, and fighting bosses along the way. And this is where the gameplay really shines. You're going to travel from room to room slaying enemies or completing challenges. Once the room has been defeated, you're given a reward. Now, most of the time, this comes in the form of a Fey blessing. Now, these blessings are temporary boosts and buffs to help you in your run. Now, these are not permanent and they will reset each time, which is great because it gives you a chance to try some new ones. And these are how you're going to build your character for each and every run. Now, other than blessings, your room rewards might be things like increased health, a new weapon, extra currency for unlocking permanent bonuses. There are a lot of different things that you can find across these rooms. And also scattered across some rooms are going to be shops, statues, and buffs that sometimes come with a downside. And all of this blends together to provide a really fun experience that throws curveballs pretty frequently. They're fun curveballs. This has kept me engaged and hooked on trying another run, which is always great. Hades was the first roguelike that I really attached to and had a really good time with. And this game reminds me a lot of that, which is a great thing because I feel like both of these games really nailed down the gameplay loop as well as the approachability of the game. The controls are well crafted and the fluidity of attacks makes combat really fun to interact with. So you have 3 main ways to deal damage along with a dodge. You have light attack, heavy attack, and spell. And these can be chained together to create some pretty devastating combos. Now back to those blessings that I mentioned earlier. This is also where those come in. So these blessings will augment how your attacks work. It could be something simple like increasing your critical hit chance. It could be adding a poison to your attack or causing your dodge to leave an earthquake. But they also have some complexity in the form of duo blessings, where this is going to combine 2 different blessings to form a new symbiotic one. So an example here would be like combining your critical hit blessing with the poison blessing. So every time you perform a critical hit, you deal increased damage to poisoned enemies, and then poisoned enemies will increase your chance to critically hit them. And these can form some incredibly powerful combinations that make really light work of normally tough enemies. But as with any roguelite, all good things come to an end. When you do finally manage to die, you're going to return to your hub with a variety of different currencies to spend. And this is where the fun, permanent progression part comes in. Using these currencies, you're going to unlock permanent buffs to make future runs easier. Crystals will allow you to unlock new characters, weapons, spells, and passive skill trees. Grail water will let you unlock passive skill tree bonuses. Emeralds are a rare currency dropped by bosses, and they're used to unlock either large bonuses on skill trees or unlock large bonuses on weapons, which we'll get to here in a moment. Fairy Ember is used to unlock weapon bonuses, and that's where we're going to start weapons. So in Sworn, you have 4 characters and you have a lot of different weapons that you can unlock. Now, the starting Squire character for this demo has a long sword, and the beefier character has a maul or a hammer. Now, by using crystals, you can unlock other weapons such as a bow, chakrams, etc. And you can also spend these same crystals to unlock other characters as well. Now, using your unlocked weapons, you can then talk to Nimue, who is an NPC that'll allow you to spend emeralds and fairy ember to upgrade your weapon. And these upgrades include increasing your attack speed, your damage, your attack range, And compared to other sources in the game, these are larger bonuses. So this is where you may want to start focusing your resources early on. That way you can get a more powerful weapon, which will allow you to clear rooms more effectively. And each weapon has its own bonuses and upgrades. So you want to find the weapon that you like and then start investing into it. Next, we have the passive skill trees. The center tree is a heart-shaped tree that focuses on increasing health. Then you have 4 themed trees that surround it. These themed trees can be unlocked by using crystals. Now, I'll have another video that goes into which trees and which nodes I think are best to unlock first, but for this, we're going to cover them all. So starting from the left and then going clockwise, we have War. This tree is aimed at movement speed, dodge charges, things like that. Things that are going to make you more agile in combat. Next, we have Devotion, which focuses on improving Fey blessings that you earn during your runs. This increases your chance at finding uncommon, rare, and legendary blessings. Next, we have Treasure, which gives bonuses to breakable currency pots during runs. Currency pots are going to be kind of put in with all of the other breakables in each room. Sometimes they're full of gold, fairy ember, grail water, or crystals. When you break them, you'll get a small amount of currency that's then yours to keep. So this is something that's a little bit more valuable and will help add some predictability when it comes to earning currency in the game. And then lastly, we have Wealth. This tree boosts your gold and reduces shop prices. Now each one of these trees will take grail water in order to unlock each individual node. But the thing here is you don't have to worry because you can always reset the tree if you want to spend your grail water differently. So while the buffs are permanent, your choices are not. So come with me and journey through the Wirral Forest in Cornwall Township to challenge Sir Gawain and Sir Percival in your unique quest to reclaim a fallen Camelot. You'll fuse your character's strengths and master abilities to become formidable knights worthy of overcoming a corrupted reign. You're going to continue your adventure to unlock and experiment with a combination of weapons, crests, and new blessings for your weapons. So let's talk about what's new in this demo. So first, we do have 2 biomes, with biome number 2 being new to this demo, and this also includes biome number 1 that came from the announcement demo that we had a little while ago. Then we have weapon blessings. These are also a new system in the game and help give a little bit more depth and complexity to building out your character, going through and selecting the appropriate ones. That way you can sort of augment each run to see if there's one that better fits your playstyle than others. We also have the weapon meta progression. This is the one that's available at Nimue. So you can go and you can spend fairy ember and emeralds in order to unlock permanent bonuses that are tied to each weapon. And remember, these are larger comparatively bonuses than we see elsewhere. So this is a really good system to invest in. We have 5 difficulty modes. So for those of you who are out there trying to kind of conquer them all, you're going to have quite a bit to go through and learn and master. Then we also have a new end of run scorecard. This is going to show you your highest damage, your total damage, what blessings you took, what weapon you were using, what spell you had, really kind of your entire kit for that particular run. That way you can see what you used when you got the furthest, and you can also see what you used when you died super early on. And you might want to have some blessings you avoid and other ones that you look for and invest in. We also have an upgraded sound effects and upgraded visual effects. The game already looks great for the art style that they decided to go with, and the sounds, the feedback, the thumps, all of those things kind of create this immersive experience for Sworn. So for me, as someone who isn't such a massive roguelite person, as you know, I got into roguelite with Hades and with Anvil, and with those 2 games, I really kind of discovered a passion for it. Sworn is just the next iteration of that. The controls are tight, the progression systems are worthwhile and fun to look into, interact with, and invest in. The story, I'm always a sucker for a King Arthur story, and there have been some games recently that have really hammered this narrative, Tainted Grail being one of them. So if you're someone who really likes all of those things I just described, then you need to download and give Sworn a try. There's a demo out on Steam right now, so if you like Hades, if you like Anvil, if you like Sworn, and you want to give this a shot, click on the link in the description below. That way you can go out to Steam and you can play the demo and check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Vulkan, and I'll talk to you guys next time.